We'll sit like they do in Wayne's World when they're in the factory.
Yeah, that's an actual reference. It's
Yeah, I know.
Laverne and Shirley.
The entire Wayne's World film is a reference.
To what?
Reference.
Prove it.
What's the reference?
Show me the reference.
All right.
Where's your
Turn on Wayne's World.
Where's your source?
That's what we should
What
do.
are your
We should just
sources?
watch Wayne World and do a commentary.
It's so funny. Like half of the podcasts we do, we end up talking about Wayne's World at one point or another.
Yeah,
I know.
we have.
I know. We've stopped talking about Hitler
Yeah,
and
that's
started talking
good.
about Wayne's
Yeah.
World.
It's usually my fault.
I don't know.
Hitler
So
was
What made
usually my
Hitler
fault
such a
too.
great leader?
His love for animals.
Okay.
Kyle, you said commentary. Zach, I wanted to do a
Can
commentary.
we do a commentary on El Fuego?
Yes, we should do a commentary track. But Zach and I are listening to this. Well, I got
my
Zach
God.
started on this terrible podcast.
No.
I got Zach.
Holy shit.
I got Zach started on this. I just checked if it's recording. I got Zach started on this podcast called No Sleep.
Okay.
It's like
these
Is that the
fucking
one
talk
based
about.
off of
the No
Reddits?
Sleep Reddit
Yeah,
thing,
the
and they
subreddit,
narrate it.
Okay.
It's
They
so
narrate
bad.
Reddit. It's so bad. I love
Oh,
it.
you were telling
I
me someone
love
tried
it.
doing
It's
like
so good.
a Hitchcock
Yep.
impersonation.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
So bad. I
Yeah.
love it. It's
It's
so-
all they talk about. It drives me insane.
And I was thinking, there's just moments where I just want to do a commentary track to these people's narrations because they talk in a way where it's like they're trying to be a 5-year-old, but they're using vocabulary that is so beyond a 5-year-old's vocabulary. And I'm like, wait, why?
I wish this was a video podcast just so everyone could see Zach's face.
I'm so stressed.
Why do you keep listening to it?
Your eyes were crooked there
Well,
for a
I told
second.
I don't know if you agree. I told Brody that it's kind of like watching really terrible community theater, but you don't have to worry about anyone seeing you cringe.
It's like
There's not. It doesn't sound fun.
it's definitely not worth it. The only thing that makes it worth it is just getting to rage at Blair a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, but you
there's
do it in a
there's
forum
this
where
ti-
I have to read it too.
There's this tiny part of me that is just vindicated by how bad it is.
Oh,
Because you're
so
not that
great.
bad.
yeah, I'm
You'll
just
never
like,
be that.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm never.
So this
gonna
is like-
speak-
this is
You're
like
at
a
least
self-fulfillment
self-aware
thing.
enough not to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like a self-fulfillment
Yeah.
thing. It's like, well, I'm obviously not as bad as them.
There's
Yeah.
just like listening to it, and it's just. I was
Encouraging.
telling Blair about this earlier. I find the Reddit comment is its own form of just creative nonfiction writing.
Yep.
That does not translate to narration at all.
I know,
They
that's why
use
it's
just
amazing.
terms, and they like use like dumb motifs that they bring back way too many times.
Maybe I should listen to it.
And like,
Well, you know why
it's so bad.
I told you why I started it, right? I was writing horror again, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to because it's
Surround
easier than
yourself with
sitting
horror,
there,
yeah.
sitting there and reading through the Reddit because I hate the forum, the way people format stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll have people narrate it for me, so I don't have to worry about formatting.
Yeah.
And I mean that was a mistake because they obviously narrated in bad Alfred Hitchcock voices. And there's. The producer actually narrates in like a woman's voice when it's a female
Yeah,
character,
that's
and I'm
beautiful.
just like, why? You don't need to. You don't need to.
We can figure it out.
You're a narrator.
But I started watching it, or I started listening to it, because I wanted to just hear what common faults horror, like even amateur horror writers are making. There's been a number. It's the whole like time felt like it took forever. Like that sort of thing and stuff
Man,
like that.
There's a subreddit that's similar
don't
because
bark.
I know No Sleep, but I'll go on like writing prompts just because it's.
Oh, writing
That's
prompts
a good
is fun.
subreddit.
Yeah.
I like
our
that
writing
subreddit.
prompts is fun.
I like that subreddit. It's one of my favorites. I have it bookmarked even. But
Whoa, that's commitment.
but when I go on sometimes
Are you
you get
subscribed to it?
I have a Reddit account, but I've never done anything with it. I'm still waiting to actually like I'll upvote one thing every like 3 months.
That's
like
more
one
upvotes
comment.
than I've
Yeah.
ever done. I've
And-
never upvoted
but,
anything.
I'm just gonna pull you in a little.
Yeah.
My phone will downvote and post
okay,
the
that's
occasional
okay.
gibberish thing. I think I'm banned from a couple subreddits.
You're
because
you're
my
banned
phone
from
just-
our League of Legends, aren't you?
I'm banned from our League of Legends because I was just browsing it one day and I like pulled out my phone and I just see like 70 E's and then a bunch of letters, like numbers and stuff, and just a massive block of text and everyone commenting to it like, what's happening? What is this? And then a moderator being like, okay, you're gone until you learn how to speak English. And because I never comment on Reddit, I just never went to them and be like, oh, sorry, that was a pocket text. Like,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So I'm still banned from League of Legends.
It's hilarious. It's funny though, because like on writing prompts, I find you'll go on and sometimes you find some really, well, most of the time you find really interesting things, and it's interesting to see what people take. But my big thing is sometimes you find these people who you can, when you're reading it, you hear it in a voice similar to what you're, but it's almost like they think they're smarter than they are, and they're like, and then
Yeah.
go into that. And I'm like, this isn't that fucking intelligent. Don't act like you're breaking the I don't know.
Have you ever
The
been
mold.
to,
Like, this is all stereotypical writing, and I don't know.
have
The
you ever been
tone
to a
is just
writer's
hilarious.
workshop?
No.
Fucking don't do that.
Is it all that? Tone? Like,
I imagine writers' workshops is a lot of like nonfiction essays about someone's sad sort of sexual encounter.
It's always like someone trying to be like the next postmodern like genius. Everyone's just like, I'm writing about. I'm sitting on a bench on the subway and I'm watching everyone walk by and I'm imagining myself in a relationship with every person that that walks by. And you're just like, geez, I wrote this sweet sci-fi. Want to read it? They're like, oh, you did a genre piece.
This man plays his
Yeah, and then
motorcycle
you're
like
just
a
like,
guitar.
Hold on. I don't understand the stigma, like what everybody has against genre pieces.
It's
Because
not
I
everyone.
fucking
It's just
love
like,
genre stuff.
I don't know.
Sorry,
Also, I
I'm
love
also
how
bunzing
sneaky-
over here while we're
how
talking.
sneaky this podcast start was.
Zach, did
I
you
didn't
put your
realize that
cord
it
in
was
my
going.
cat's
Yeah, what's
Oh,
up?
yeah.
That's
There
how
were no
we roll.
intros. We just dive right into the deep end.
That's how we've been doing it.
I don't get any water wings, no life
no,
jacket.
we should
just thrown in.
We can do an actual.
We just punch you
we
in the
should-
gut
we
and
should
say
probably-
We need a proper intro because no one knows.
Nobody
what
knows that Kyle's
is.
here.
And Kyle is the most famous of the three.
this
of us.
odd
mysterious
voice.
fourth voice.
Wait.
This is just Zach twice. Oh God.
No, he's already doing better than you.
What?
Zach's got the water spell down.
It's my mission to become a reoccurring character on your podcast. So I actually like the idea of not having an intro and then my voice is just randomly in certain podcasts. People will just be like, who's this mysterious
Oh, we have
figure?
we have to do
mysterious
something
stranger,
awesome
Kyle.
today.
Let's do it right now.
Well, let's do it right
make
now.
it happen.
All right, so
This is it.
Why
we're gonna
not?
cut
Wait.
in the middle of our podcast because Dylan listens to most of our podcasts. I
Big
guess
strong
I'm
Dylan.
not gonna say
Shout out.
it's gonna be we just kind of go hello Dylan and just like talk to Dylan for all of 30 seconds and then we'll just like we'll have Brody just drop that in anywhere like even mid sentence or something.
Perfect.
For
That's
those
where
of
it's
you
going
listening
right there.
who
Yeah.
don't know
that whole
Dylan,
Dylan Healy is
explanation.
a friend of ours.
a very good friend of ours and
And-
our number one fan.
No.
He's a character.
Well,
Number
he's,
two fan.
He's one
Jake
of our
Jackman's
number one
our
fans.
number one
Yeah,
fan.
we've got Dylan Healy, we've got Jake Jackman, and we've got Kim Stratton, our 3 number 1 fans. I think.
well,
I don't know.
top three
numbers
you know what?
like
You guys
that,
aren't
but-
doing like the weird little advertising thing in the middle of your podcast to get funding yet. So
I wish we were doing that.
I said,
so
I
we
said
could
the
get
word
money.
yet. I said the word yet.
This was brought to you by Lamp. I'm holding a lamp. It's got
to
like
describe what's happening.
a shell kind of pattern on the bottom. You can put it on my head.
That's actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
I had to take the wiring out because it was a fire hazard. I haven't yet rewired it, and I took out the wiring.
Can you just turn it into
6
a humongous,
months ago?
like really elaborate, like ice cream bowl?
Touch it. Do you touch it and tell me that I should turn it into an ice cream bowl?
Just
Ooh.
Yeah, you.
I want this to be my cereal bowl.
I
Just, like, have it sit
really
there.
don't
Yeah.
want to hear
think
the
you guys
sound
should-
that a spoon scraping along that makes.
Oh, that's the sound of this. That's just.
I think you
Yeah,
need
just
to,
wait. Shh. Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
coming.
that's for everyone.
I think you need to put a picture of this lamp on your Twitter just to make sure that people.
People
The picture of this lamp will be like the logo for this podcast instead of our normal satellite cowboy. It'll
But what
be
I was
this lamp.
saying before we get on this lamp
the lamp. I'll
tangent
take the
is since you guys aren't doing like weird little spots in the middle yet, you can just fill that what you would normally do with messages to Dylan.
just-
yeah.
Have a segment of "Hey Dylan."
Hey, we're just gonna read this in this moment. It's just a moment for Dylan.
And we're just
Yeah.
gonna like whenever Dylan
Dylan
tries to
showed
talk
us.
about it, we're gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So I just want to let you guys know specifically. Everyone else that's listening, it's not a big deal. I finally might be getting rid of the mannequin hands.
no.
No,
Those
but
ones
listen,
that-
listen.
Are you
that you put up
bunzing
at
them?
Halloween?
I'm gonna be bunzing them for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Mario Sunshine.
Okay, definitely worth,
Yeah.
but I'm mad at you because I fought so hard with you, with your fiance, so you could keep those.
Dude, I've been planning to
What a
bunz those
strange-
since we moved in, or since I found out about
What a
bunz.
strange trade. Like
Mannequin arms for GameCube
Alright.
games.
I
I'm so
really
into it.
wanted a couple mannequin arms. Just
For any of you listening not in Toronto, Bunz Trading Zone is this.
Oh,
It's
it's,
huge.
in,
It's everywhere
it's in
now.
Montreal
Is it
too, and I think
everywhere?
it might be spreading. Did it originate?
For any
in
of you that
Toronto?
don't know, it's this
for
community of
people in
people.
not a city center.
For our listeners in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. For you,
Or
in
Alaska.
Abu Dhabi, it's a community of people who just trade things.
It's
so
a
Brody
it's
has mannequin arms. He wants Mario, Sunshine,
And
Sonic,
that's not a
Adventure 2
code.
battle.
They're
it's
literally mannequin.
Yeah, it's a free trade market on social media, essentially.
It's cool.
That's all it is. It's great. It's too big now, but hey,
I got a copy of Melee for 5 Subway tokens.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like because it's
Oh
a,
my
a
god,
very good trade.
I lost my
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, it's a
the
great
trading
trade.
zone doesn't
great.
really seem to have like a concept of value. It's just like throw things at another person and they'll throw other things
Yeah.
at you.
It seems like it's almost like a decluttering.
Yeah.
Oh,
tool.
that's totally
Which
what
is
it
why it's so
absolutely,
strange that
absolutely.
somebody's like, yeah, these games are taking up my bookshelf, but I'm okay with these 2 big mannequin arms.
Like, no,
Well, because you get the mannequin arms, you're like, I can use this to trade for something.
I can
more.
use this to have longer
Yeah.
arms.
That's what I used them
what
for.
they were originally
They're my
looking for
back
was
scratchers.
was horror paraphernalia. They were looking for horror things,
okay.
and I was like, well, I don't have any like horror things, but I've got these mannequin arms that you might be able to turn into horror things.
Just see you like shaking them. Like,
horror. It's just Brody standing in a
and,
corner
like,
with mannequin arms.
she just messaged. I sent this message almost 2 weeks ago, and she just saw it now. As actually she saw it like as we were doing the podcast, and I was being
That's
an
why you're
asshole
being
on my
a piece
phone.
of shit on your
I'm a
phone.
piece of shit bunzing on my phone. Well, you guys are talking
God,
about shitty
bunzing
horror
is a
writing,
terrible verb.
but it's a real one. Yeah.
Do you guys remember Bonsai Buddy? The desktop monkey.
Yeah, the monkey
ape, the
that
purple
gave you
ape?
viruses?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he just
remember
hung out
him.
and he talked in the Microsoft Sam voice. And
Yeah.
he's just like, I am so lonely. Please play it with me.
And he gave you viruses.
And he gave you viruses. Yeah, it was just this little purple
what?
ape that hung out on
Yeah,
your desktop,
he was
walking around,
hilarious.
being a
That
piece of
sounds
shit,
Yeah.
and giving you viruses.
Yeah, he was great. My friend Brad had him.
Oh,
We
I had
always-
him
we
too.
always
I
fucked
thought it was
around
the
with him.
coolest stuff. And then like my taskbar got like 20 sizes too
Yep,
big.
yep,
Everything
yep.
got completely jacked up.
Did you download him from Kazaa? Or
Probably.
Kaza? Or
Kazaa,
Kazaa?
I always
However-
say because
I don't think I
Kazaa,
ever
yeah.
used Kazaa. I was like BearShare, LimeWire,
Yeah, Kazaa was like before that shit.
Napster.
Not before Napster though. It was like it was one of the
got my
first
first
ones where you could
computer
get like
last year.
it's like
why I don't
you
know
were in
about
like
it.
the late 90s, early 2000s,
put
and you
internet
really
on
wanted to
that.
download porn on your dial-up connection. You would use Kazaa.
I don't want to get ahead
It
of
was-
myself.
Or like
I
you were trying
downloaded-
to. So
but-
actually, I've got this hilarious story about Kayla.
Did Kayla download porn on Kazaa?
Does your
Yes, because
does your
she-
podcast know who Kayla is?
I think so.
What's
Kayla's
a
Bird's
Kayla?
fiance.
Yeah, Kayla's my
reference.
fiance.
It's Kyle, it's a microphone. It doesn't know what anyone is.
Hello, do you know
I
who
respect
Kayla
you, microphone.
She was trying to download an old Missy Elliott music video when she was a kid.
That's amazing. Did she download like Big Booty Goddess 7 or
I
something?
don't
like
know.
that?
I don't know.
Video?
A music video, a
told
Missy
me the
Elliott
story.
music video.
Not even just the song. She wanted the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the song comes with it's a
No,
music
but
video.
I know, but like
She wanted
I don't
the
know many
video. She
people who
wanted to
go
see the
on
kid in the Missy
to
Elliott video
download a
dancing.
music video. That's
Yeah.
such a strange.
And,
Well, no, but
she-
remember this before the heyday of what
This,
YouTube
yeah, there was no
is.
YouTube.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
YouTube was
she
cat.
accidentally
I got my first
downloaded
computer
porn,
last year.
and it came up on her computer, and she freaked out so much she just ran off and told her mom, and her mom had to come turn it off for her.
That's amazing.
It's like that
Yeah.
time I almost exploded my microwave.
I've done that before at the school. Remember? Did I tell you that? I almost blew up one of the our high school microwaves because I put tinfoil in it because I'm a fucking moron.
And I thought you were gonna be like, oh, elementary school, high school, really?
Yeah, it was in my 5th year too when
Oh
I was
my
co-oping.
God,
I had one of
you're
those.
a dildo.
I had one of those breakfast sandwiches, and I'm like, oh, I need to heat this up. Threw the whole thing in there, tinfoil. And
Did you run away and get your mom to deal with it too?
Did you
I
run
was
to
standing
Erie up?
there-
Be like, mom.
lightning started shooting everywhere. I was like, oh fuck, and pulled it out and
Well-
just walked away as a bit of smoke was coming out of it.
I did get my mom to do it. I wasn't in high school. I was too old to. I should have known better at my age.
Shut up.
Oh no!
Yep, that's how it got her. That's what got her. No, it was one of those things where I'm actually not that dumb because the foil was on the. It was like one of those. It was one of those wrapping papers that was like white on the outside but had the foil on the inside. So I was like, I got it from a restaurant to go. Don't touch me, Zach.
That was my situation too.
So I
Except
wasn't
18.
paying attention. So I put it in and I pressed heat, and it just starts spouting lightning. So I'm like, "Yep, nope, bye." And I started running out. I just ran out of the
Abandoned
kitchen.
But was there an instant where you thought you were a great magician?
I thought I honestly.
I am great.
My first thought was it was going to open a portal and the
Abracadabra.
kitchen was going to disappear, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be here for this.
Did I figure out the Big Bang? I think
Blair
that
was
should be the
smashing
theme of
atoms
this
in his
podcast
microwave.
is
The Big Bang.
being like thinking back in nostalgic of the days where you could just leave a stressful situation for
And
one of your
let
parents
someone
to
else
deal
deal with it.
Okay, when I was a kid, I would, whenever I spilt something, like I'd be pouring milk and like a little bit of milk would like,
Yes.
I would leave it, and I genuinely thought that the liquid evaporated.
Oh my god.
Because my mother would come and wipe it up.
There are little clouds
And like,
in your kitchen.
my mom was like just losing her shit on me because I spilled. I'm like, Mom, just leave it. It's gonna evaporate. Liquid evaporates.
Oh my god.
And I was just like 5,
So-
talking
so-
to my mom like she was an idiot.
So everyone knows on this everyone knows who listens to this podcast that Zach is already an idiot, but every day you come
quickly
to us
learning
with
the dynamic.
another story of how dumb you were as a kid.
I
like that you knew the word evaporate, but
no, because
didn't realize.
the definition of me as a kid was so book smart. I knew so many like big things, big words and things, but like
It was
common
like when,
knowledge.
when you
common
play a
sense was the
D&D
dumbest thing.
character that has a high intelligence and a low wisdom.
yeah.
That's
That's you as a
Zach.
kid.
Yeah.
That's Zach as a kid. And
That's
kind of
little
now.
Zach.
well,
High intelligence, fucking bottomed out wisdom.
wisdom is my dump stat.
Kyle, do you want to talk about yourself a little bit? Just to let people
What do
get
you
to know
want
you?
to say?
I don't know.
You're
like,
more famous than us.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
think
you can
that's
talk
not
about.
true.
Hey, so why? I don't fucking know. I don't even know how to
Why?
prompt. I don't even
How?
know.
Why,
I don't know how to
Kyle?
prompt anything.
do you guys want to
Why,
like all go
Kyle?
silent and then just do our awkward like startup
Like we
as
did
if
with Mike.
Yeah, like it's like all right.
How many guests have you had now that I have to?
Two?
We've had
that I
Mike.
have to be
No, we
more
had Mike
impressive
twice.
Oh, we had Mike twice.
Yeah.
Well, no, it
Oh, I
was
got
the same.
competition.
No,
Yeah.
it was the same day.
It was the same day.
People
we just
don't
shot
know
them off.
that.
So
People don't
you're
know.
not going to use any of this because I'm talking during it.
No, we're gonna use all of this. This is gonna be.
See, now
Now
you're
we're not
Okay,
using
now
it.
we're not
I
using
need to
it.
guarantee that we would
Zach,
use it.
fuck. No, I'm using all of this.
Zach uses
This,
the red button.
this,
It's burnt.
I'm using this
I'm the
podcast.
abort
I'm
button.
using this podcast to show how unprofessional we can become.
I'm wearing a
Do we ever
jumpsuit.
come across as professional?
Well,
He says as he's picking his earwax.
yeah,
out of
he
his ear.
could. We could someday. No,
Someday. We tried it on
Sunday.
our first one, and we're like, you know what?
It didn't
Let's
work.
not.
This is awkward.
it really didn't work.
I keep looking at this Jägermeister.
Oh yeah, I don't get
Jägermeister
it.
flag.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Did they put that up yesterday?
And-
Yesterday
Yeah.
was St.
Even-
Patrick's Day.
But even past the point of it just being really.
Why do
stupid,
you
like-
own a
like
Jägermeister
big,
flag?
A big, well, it's a big like declaration of their fuckboy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Love.
What,
Is
what
that the same, like,
university?
you're
What
wasting
university do you
shirtless all
think
the
they
time?
went to?
You're wasting
Queens.
a humongous
Queens.
window.
Queens? Yeah,
or,
definitely Queens.
or Western.
Or Western. Yeah, yeah, Western.
No, you're
Absolutely
wasting
Western.
a.
Yeah.
It went up. It went up, and
Barack
like
Obama.
it's funny.
Barack Obama
I watched the
University. Baraka, the
people
Mortal
across the
Kombat
street
character.
a lot,
Yeah.
and
was a
there's
big
actually one
Baraka.
person
I
across the
love
street that you could
Baraka.
tell
He was so
a
cool.
girl moved in because
his-
where his snowboard was
He had his-
disappeared
he had
and
his
a big
Deadpool
plant
swords.
got put in, and I'm like, something's different.
Hey,
So
I
was
don't
like,
like your
13, thank you very
implications that
much.
men can't.
Is
like
that what they called
plants
him in the movie?
blur.
Yeah. Fuck off.
I'm not saying that.
I
It's
like
just-
plants.
No, but I've watched this
I'm
guy
loving
for
this
so
yeah, yeah,
long
conversation
that I'm
happening.
like,
This is
You're
gonna
rear
sound
windowing.
horrible.
Oh yeah, people are
Exactly.
gonna hate this.
Neighbor.
Yeah.
he's played less video games. His turntable's still there.
That's good.
But he's not using it. He never
turning-
used his turntable in the
Well,
first
I hope
place.
he's happy.
Who?
Yeah. There's a guy across the street who I figured out a girl moved in because his snowboard disappeared and a plant went, like a big plant went in where.
And then I got offended because why can't boys like plants?
Yeah, this is why we all got to pay attention to it.
Oh, you know what I learned the other day?
Boys can like
So
plants.
I want to go back to Bunz
What's your
actually.
favorite plant,
I want to go back to Bunz for a
I
second.
like the Pacific orchid,
Shut the fuck up.
also known as Orchata longlata.
I'm a big sunflower guy.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Brody, you're trying to be productive?
A little bit. So on Bunz, I would always see people asking for houseplants as a trade.
House
And I was-
cats.
And I'm
House
like,
cats.
why are all these people like lame asses? Like, obviously, people on Bunz want houseplants because they're all into like making their place look nice with like plants and stuff. I found out the other day from somebody who was like an original Bunzer and he's not on it anymore. Houseplants is code for weed. And I'm a fucking moron sitting here being like, oh yeah, of course
No.
people want houseplants.
I would have thought the same.
I would have.
I wouldn't have. I never would have gone to weed. I would have been like,
I would have been like,
was
here's
shown
a
up.
cactus.
Yeah.
I got you a cactus.
Yes, it's like what kind of houseplant?
In search of houseplants.
Like,
I got a
I'm so
cactus.
glad.
How do
I'm
I
so glad I
smoke
never
this?
got into a trade where I'm like, yeah, what kind of houseplant do you want? I can hook you up with like some fucking snowberries or something. It's
Then
winter.
they just think that's a strain, and you're gonna show up with
show
snowberries.
up with this like
Snowberries,
weird
I
little
haven't had that
Christmas
yet.
plant. And they're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is that? I'm not giving you like this GameCube game for a little houseplant. I want fucking pot, man.
Well, we gotta
I'm-
cut that
I'm
out
so
'cause
afraid
the
of
police
shit.
is gonna crack
The
down
police is
on
gonna-
The
Bunz.
police is gonna get us now. We're done.
Also,
I'm so afraid of trading Girl
what's
Scout cookies.
what's like the normal like slang term for
People
weed now?
straight up ask for weed now.
Yes, they do. Well, they ask for smokables.
Plant drugs.
But
They
no,
ask
like
for
because
edibles,
but people
420.
people don't say
Blaze it.
weed. Like people don't call it weed or pot anymore,
Oh.
do they?
That plant
Is it
looks
like-
like a high five. I
Molly-
want that
Molly
high
is-
five plant.
You're an idiot. They call it like Kush now? Is that the cool?
I think they just call it
slang
by
term?
the. I think
Munzo.
people. I think the kids, the cool kids, are calling it by the strange.
Just like whatever
now.
they don't-
It's like, yo,
Matzo.
I got some Girl Scout cookies. You want some? And I'm just like,
Yo,
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
would
actually
love some
want-
things.
I love-
And then it's pot,
Yeah,
and I'm like
oh.
slightly disappointed.
But still, you're forced
Well, I don't-
to eat
I
it.
don't
But
smoke
I want
pot
to be cool.
anymore.
Yeah, I want to fit in because God, I just need people to
God,
like
we-
me so much.
We're such a
It's-
mess talking over each other
I know.
right now.
It's
just
okay,
gonna be
and it's
go,
okay that I said I used to
"Blah,
smoke pot because my parents already know. So don't worry about that, Blair. I know you were concerned.
My dad doesn't, and my dad's listening right now.
I'm
Dad,
sorry.
don't arrest Brody.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Actually,
Slater. I know.
I'm pretty sure
your
my-
parents work in police. Mine.
Oh yeah, that's true. Please, Bev, don't think less of me.
Yeah.
She's gonna listen to this, right? You're gonna tell her that she was on the podcast, that you were
She'll
on the
probably
podcast.
tell me she listened to this and she doesn't.
She never. Oh, that was very nice what you said.
Kyle,
but-
I found out that Brody used to smoke pot in high
She's
school on
gonna
the
be pissed
podcast.
if she gets to this point that that's her impression of her. That's not
you're
what
gonna
my
get
mom
arrested
sounds
for
like.
sure.
Bev, I
now.
love you. You're my favorite mom next to my mom.
Whoa, Darlene is gonna kill
Oh,
you.
shit.
I love
Darlene
learning-
is coming to Toronto tomorrow. She's gonna
I'm
murder
a big
you.
fan of learning.
It's not like she's gonna hear this before she gets here.
She might listen on her way
I'm a big fan
because
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
send her
out
the
by
rough
then.
cut. I don't know.
You're not
Guys,
gonna
Kyle
have
is trying to say
I was
something.
just
He is our
sorry.
guest.
It's a really nothing sentence.
It's better
but
than them
I
shouting.
enjoy learning my friends' parents' names for some reason.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it's just
fine.
or pets as well.
You don't
Yeah,
know my
it-
mom's
it,
name.
It
do
makes you feel
No.
like you're
You
a
should
better
guess
friend
my
at that
mom's
point.
name.
I don't want to do this.
Why?
I don't know your mom's name.
You
I
don't?
mean, it's never come up.
Yeah,
I've
you always
I've
just
never
preface
Is
it
it-
with dead.
Is it mom?
Yeah,
Is
you
it
always.
Blairina?
Zombie,
Blair.
Mrs. Zombie.
You know, you
Slater.
don't have to keep saying Blair's dead mom. You could just say Blair's mom.
Can we BDM? You know?
BDM.
Yeah. Oh. Blair, what's your mom's name?
I don't know anymore.
Zombie
That's
Slater.
why I thought I wanted.
That's
Kyle
all you
to-
asked us?
I wanted Kyle
He's
to
forgotten.
guess.
Why do I have to guess? He doesn't know either.
Eileen.
Why Eileen?
I don't know.
Sharon.
I didn't. I mean,
Cheryl.
no.
Carol.
Charlene.
Charlene.
What? Okay.
Crystal.
Crystal.
Okay.
Abercrombie. Moon.
Finch.
Moon Spice.
Moon.
Moon. Why anime?
Why anime? Her
Is
name
it
was
Dusty?
Her name was Karen.
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 Oh, we were
Yes.
close.
No, not at all.
Moon was like
That's a good mom
one
name.
letter off.
Samsonite.
Samsonite.
Dragon.
What?
Samsonite?
It's an old Dumb and Dumber joke.
Or
Okay.
it's a luggage company.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
That's the Dumb and Dumber joke.
I don't get it.
Have you
I
seen
need to
Dumb and Dumber?
I need to
I've
rewatch
never
it.
seen
Big
it.
gulps, huh? That's all I remember from Dumb and Dumber. Is the big gulps. line.
No, the Samsonite joke is he's trying to figure out who the suitcase belongs to. He's trying to figure out the name,
Oh,
and he
okay.
looks at the suitcase. He goes, "Samsonite," like it's so obvious.
But back to
Was
mom
it-
names. I agree. It's really comforting to know, like, and refer
It-
to your
it-
friend's parents as.
And
Yeah,
pets,
it makes you
because
it makes
I
you
feel
feel
like-
like a closer friend, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and pets as well, because then you learn a lot about that person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what
Or
they
that
would
person's
name
family,
their,
right?
Yeah.
Well, you learn what they would name, and I don't know. Not an
fuck's sake.
like not an offspring, but something close.
Something
you know
that
what I
is
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Like a
love-
pet.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
What are you naming? What are you naming your
I judge
terrier?
people based on what they name their pet. To be honest.
Yeah.
Do you
Quite a lot.
hate
naming
do
my
you
first
hate
dog
human
Jughead.
names on?
Jughead?
I
That's a
love
good one.
human
Yeah.
names on it. My dog's name is George.
Okay.
My
Nice.
dogs are named George and Boris. Like I love human names.
that's so
as
good.
pets.
That's
pretty
good.
I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
My dog names are like 3 different people named the dogs that the 3 dogs I have.
Yeah.
One my golden retriever Sport, he was a rescue, and that was
Is
just
it a
the
dog
name.
named Sport?
I have a dog
Yeah.
named Sport.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Old ass like
I'm in.
20-year-old golden
Yeah,
retriever.
he's an old golden retriever. I
wanna meet this
family
dog.
dog named Sport. He is
smells.
like
It's even better.
he's
yeah,
a smelly
he
old dog.
Smells. And he's
so
such a suck.
my family didn't name him. We have Guinness, which my sister named because he's a black lab. Lad, my sister, probably was drinking Guinness at the time.
Yeah.
And my mom named the Shih Tzu Gracie. So you just kind of look into each person's mind with the names of the
Exactly,
dogs.
but that's what I'm saying. That's why
Yeah.
it's so interesting. I don't know.
Gracie is
Not,
a
like,
good Shih Tzu
super-
name, though.
Yeah, but
but
Gracie's a nightmare of an
It's
animal.
nice.
I named Dusty. So what
like
can
that
you
name.
tell about me?
Dusty has dandruff.
She was actually like a
I feel like
a
that's a
gray
very-
puffball when we got her.
Well, I feel like that's a name. I don't know. I am a fan of that name because you don't take it crazy seriously. You know what I mean? I hate when people give their pets names like, "This is my dog,
Cat.
Abraham."
Abraham.
Actually, Abraham's a pretty dope
Yeah,
name for a
that's-
pet.
yeah.
Who's the first
I don't know. I can't come up with something now. Like
George Washington. Actually,
No,
that's
not
pretty
even
sweet,
that.
too.
This is my
Alexander
dog
Puppleton.
Voltaire.
this is my dog.
This is Nietzsche.
Essence. It's like, oh, is it a stripper? I don't want
Kyle,
that.
I know you're really comfortable,
I just
but you're
want a
off
different
axis.
pet for every
sorry.
pronunciation
That's okay.
of
You're
Nietzsche's
really
name.
it's really
Nietzsche.
important.
Want me to
Nietzsche.
lean?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Hello.
I mean, yeah, that sounds nice.
Nacha.
Nacha!
Oh my god, stop.
I'm gonna have 3
Sorry
dogs.
that I
Nietzsche,
brought
Nietzsche,
this
Nietzsche.
topic into
no.
a pet.
We're in a
thing.
spiral.
Yeah,
We're in
no,
a pet
today
spiral.
today was a day for off-topic conversations.
Cool. Do you
It'd
want
be
my
like-
big-
every
Every
be
time
like
I
good
come
old
here,
days.
Blair, I love your condo, and then I get mad about the fact that there's a bathroom there and there.
It's such a waste of
Two
space.
just like
bathrooms.
Yeah.
Such
arm
a waste.
span away from
Yeah.
each other. That could have been
Mind
made that
you-
room so much bigger, or
Yeah.
like could have been something.
Mind you, that becomes the annex because the cat's litter box is in there.
Yeah.
So we're just
Yeah.
like, we don't have to use it anymore.
Yeah, you guys found
Wait,
use
what,
for it, which is
what does
great.
that say about the annex neighborhood?
No, don't say that. I like the annex. The annex.
The annex is a litter box, and I
Hey,
live there.
The
I've
annex
lived-
does
I've
not
lived with all
precede
three of
the
you guys.
term annex.
That's a good
You
dog.
have
I,
lived
I
with
have
all
li-
of
I've
us.
lived with
Who's
all
your
3 of you
favorite?
guys.
Who was
to
the
live
best
with.
roommate?
Yeah.
Kyle.
No, it's not me.
Is it actually?
Kyle was.
Yeah.
Who kissed
I
you
don't
better
wanna
while
know
you were
all that.
sleeping?
I'm the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zach was
Zach's
the worst.
I-
Blair was just gone half the time.
Yeah, I was that's when I
At
was.
least you're
working
on one
all the time.
extreme.
Oh, no.
I'd rather be
That-
best
that's
or
how-
worse
that's
than
how I need to
Blair's
live my
position.
life.
Blair was mediocre and just gone half the time. You were just messy and didn't help out around the house, and Kyle was just a gorgeous human being.
I'm getting so much like this is a great ego boost.
Fuck you, Kyle. I hate you.
Bring it back down.
We just brought you on just so we could talk about how much we love
It's
you.
great. Whenever I hang out with Blair, I always feel like Blair's so nice to me.
Which is
That's why I'm so
Because I
excited
want
to
you to
shoot
be my
El Fuego.
friend.
When
I
we
want
shoot
you
El
to be my
Fuego, I'm just
friend.
gonna be like, I feel like I'm gonna be like, oh man,
Can I
we
just
can't
sort
get
of-
this
so-
shot, and you're just gonna be throwing like,
Or be like, oh Kyle, no.
it looks great already. I don't
So-
know. Okay,
Should this be the podcast that we announce El Fuego?
I guess so.
Since
cut that
since
out.
no, I mean you're
We
here.
have-
We should talk about El Fuego. Where it's getting close.
Driving
We're a
creative
month
forces
out.
on it.
Fuego.
Actually, when this comes out, it'll
put
probably
it
come
on my
out.
link.
We'll actually have
It'll
probably
we'll be
started
like
shooting.
We'll no. I don't.
When do you think this one will come out?
I don't know.
Probably
when
like
it's
a
coming out.
week away.
I gotta
So
send
yeah,
it to
let's
my,
talk about El Fuego.
to my friends.
It's coming up. We don't have to be secretive
me.
about it. It's not like
is
we're
what
doing
I-
it
what I
for
sound
anybody.
like.
We're doing it for you guys.
So
I'm doing it for Kyle. I think we established this. Everything I do is to make Kyle feel comfortable.
Yeah.
who wants to talk about El Fuego?
Well, it's
feel like
it's Blair's
my
it's
director-
Blair's
Blair,
brainchild.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but now you put it on me. I'm just gonna kind of be like,
He's gonna
well,
stammer
you know,
through it. He's, I don't know how to talk about this.
All right, let's see how well I can do this.
Well, where did it come from originally?
Well, it started almost as a joke because there was an assignment in film school we had to do.
Yep.
Called the fire assignment, and the assignment was direct a short film that has the theme as fire.
Yeah,
and
it was based on the word fire.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I came up with this idea of a luchador whose name was El Fuego, 2 different languages, and then he was a crime fighter, and
Which translates to the fire
Yeah.
for all of you non.
Non-trilinguists.
For you only English speaking people
I'm
out there.
pretty sure Zach would know evaporate at 5, and so he would know what fuego is. So that's gonna be our standard. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they know what it is.
5-year-old Zach's vocabulary.
Yeah.
That's
You're the
our
bar.
standard.
I'm the bar.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything below, we gotta ratchet up a bit. So
Yeah.
and so it started as a joke.
Well, the funniest part about it is you weren't in that directing class.
No, I was.
You were.
I was just getting points for directing something, so I didn't really have to do
Right,
anything.
right. You were already
all
directing.
semester.
You were
yeah,
directing.
yeah.
So Blair was directing a thesis film, so he couldn't do the fire assignment. It was for
weird.
people
It was
that weren't
weird
doing the
because
thesis.
You
There
were
were some people who did both, I think.
yeah.
That
why
doesn't
did
matter.
why did
but-
most of the profs hate you, Blair?
Because
Blair
I was
Blair came up with things
subversive.
like
El Fuego.
I was disruptive. Well, no, disruptive.
like
in
like
the
the
act.
like the app that we're creating.
I get this image now of you running into a class with a pot and pan, just being, God damn it, Blair.
Well, there were certain things I would say things like really fast. Early in
You're just an
school,
anarchist,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. Early in school, I would actually just talk my way through my own thoughts, so I'm talking for 10 minutes. Everyone in class hates
that's
me.
makes
literally
sense. That's
you're
why
doing a
everybody
podcast now.
everybody
Yeah.
hated Blair
I'm
when
glad
they
I didn't
first
go to
met
school
him.
with you. I would have hated you.
I hated him.
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
Brody hated me.
For like a full semester. I just was like, who is this fucker?
I'm like that cold. You just get to know, and you get to be like, all right, I have pneumonia now.
This
Yeah,
I'm
this
is
not
my
happy
life now.
about it,
Yeah.
but it's just how it is.
It's settled in, and there's nothing I can do about it.
That's
now.
why teachers didn't really like me.
Yeah.
Well, that, and I also said things really fast that maybe some of them didn't understand because I was crazy.
Yep.
I am still crazy. Oh my god, I'm so crazy.
He's wearing a jumpsuit.
I'm on the internet.
Hold up, sport. Guys, I'm so crazy. So random.
Yeah, back to El Fuego.
Yes.
And so it started as that, and then it stopped forever.
Yeah, it
'Cause,
disappeared.
Like I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah, there's
It's like
nothing
after
we
you
can
go
do
to
with it, right?
College though, you're just so
You-
burnt out.
You
Yeah.
need your year off, right?
Yeah, you
like
need to do other shit.
I don't know. You got it. You were doing stuff right after school, and I don't know.
Not
how
really
you did
though.
it.
Like I did like small stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing of this magnitude. I went like and traveled and did stupid generic like stereotypical.
Did you find yourself?
White boy shit? Yeah, I found
Yeah.
myself.
I never
found
did that. I
himself.
never
Myself.
traveled.
I just
Found
worked at a
myself in
grocery
New
store
York.
for 4 months until
Actually
I was
kinda
so
did that.
depressed. I was like, I need to find a real job.
Yep.
I
Kind of like you guys right now.
yeah. I didn't. This is supposed to be my year off. Branching
Yeah.
out into film is my year off.
Yeah,
apparently.
seriously.
Yeah, we're just a joke to you. You're gonna get back into prose or something like.
I'm gonna just go publish a novel, then go to law school.
I think people are so stressed
outta
about
here.
figuring it out right away.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
boring,
totally.
man.
No, and my dad's always been very good about that. Where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like,
Have fun.
honestly, I didn't think I'd go to law school, and I went to law school. I'm a lawyer now. It's just whatever.
My parents, as long as it's like, are you making money? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, do whatever the fuck you want then.
I graduated university, and my mom's very proud.
Yeah.
First one
soft
of the
high five.
siblings. First one of the siblings, and yeah, so far I'm winning,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
Yeah, but you know that like Luke's gonna be like summa cum laude. Of like MIT. that
Is
doesn't
that how you
have
pronounce
a
that?
Summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude?
Yeah,
So what does that mean?
it's
like the dean's list or whatever. It's like
it's
the
like
top
no,
10
but
of your
summa cum
class,
laude
right?
is like the
It's like-
valedictorian. You're like
Yeah.
the best of the best.
Yeah.
Like
so,
it is.
no,
one
you're thinking
title.
of
You're the
magna
creme de la
magna
creme.
cum laude.
Yeah, mega. Yeah, okay.
More
and then
bilingual.
summa-
I always thought it was pronounced
for the
magna
podcast.
cum laude.
No.
Laud.
But
Like Zod.
but
Let's go back to El Fuego.
Yeah.
but MIT doesn't have a summa cum laude. I don't think because Tony Stark is heralded as summa cum laude at MIT in the first Iron Man, which I looked up is a factual factual inaccuracy on the IMDb page. But then I didn't do any further research, so someone could have just posted that on IMDb and be like,
Yeah. IMDb is an open forum. Kind
open
of.
forum morgue. Open
Heavily
forum.
edited. open
Morgue.
forum.
Okay, so
Back to El Fuego, please.
So I stopped. I took my year off. I actually taught film to kids, which is a lot of fun. If you're gonna take a year off, teach film.
I
Like,
want you to teach me film.
Blair, can you teach me film? Blair's already teaching me.
Yeah, Blair
Well,
is teaching
As
you
long
film.
as there's construction paper involved, I'm in.
I've
Yeah.
never
There's no
used
construction
I've never
paper
used
involved.
construction
Well,
paper.
no, that's not true. Some of the work I do in art involves construction paper,
I'm
but like nice construction paper. Thanks.
I'm teaching
Thanks,
this
Kyle.
summer. I'm teaching this summer.
I
I'm gonna
love
try and
construction
find a way to incorporate construction paper.
Sorry, back to El Fuego.
Oh, so it disappeared for a while. I just kind of tossed it out of my brain because like, oh, that was a funny thing to say at class and
Yeah.
never really follow up on. Until Brody came up to me and said, "Hey, we're doing El Fuego. Also, I've planned all this stuff. Also, I've just forced myself into your life right now."
Yep.
And you actually had a moment where you're like, "Is it okay that like I'm like bringing this thing forward?" I'm like, honestly, Brody, I don't care.
It was
Like,
so
if,
funny.
If you're excited about it, sure, I'm here.
It was so
Yeah,
funny
I basically
listening to
need people
Brody
to
talk
be-
about it because he'd be like, "Man, El Fuego's gonna be so great. It's gonna be this, and like I'm just kind of like slowly saying we whenever I bring up El Fuego, so like I get in on
Yeah,
it.
I basically just forced myself
Play the
into
long
the
game.
project.
yeah,
Yeah.
just playing the long
Yeah.
game, like making El Fuego like a team project.
I was like, I just like started tying strings to Blair and was like, I'm your producer now.
Yeah, and then-
It's kind
You
of how it's
guys-
got to happen with me, or else I'll just be like, yeah, I just wrote something.
yeah, nothing would have happened. So it's like, you
but-
need me.
Yeah, you need somebody
need
else to
me.
be enthusiastic about the project.
And you know
then-
what? Everyone else is enthusiastic. Like,
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
having a great time. It's just like everyone else is just like, oh yeah, no, I'm so excited. I'm like,
Well, I
yeah,
started
me
pulling
too.
You've
in
been working
people,
with it for so
Kyle.
long though, as opposed like everyone else is still kind of new for it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But
Yeah, it
it's-
was you. you created it, so you know it the longest. I know it just because I was there when you not there when you created it, but when you were talking about it, and then Kyle was around.
Hey,
I still don't know how I got brought
Yeah,
in.
but then the rest of Gina knows it too.
Yep.
Our amazing associate producer who does more work than I do.
she is fantastic.
Kyle is
She
our
just does
DP.
flashier work than you, I think.
Maybe she's just more vocal
Like,
about it.
well, she's got all the contacts in Godrich. We're shooting
Yeah.
in Godrich, Ontario, which is really exciting to me. I think
Gorgeous,
I'm
gorgeous
most
town.
excited about shooting in Godrich.
Yeah.
Blair grew up in the city, and he gets really excited when he sees
Yeah,
water
he,
towers.
he doesn't know anything about small towns
yeah.
like we do.
That was great. The location scale.
Yeah.
There are two things that got us really hyped. Blair got hyped about water towers, and I got hyped about stairs.
I think we were all just hyped because you were so hyped about the
yeah,
water
yeah,
towers.
you're just excited. It was rubbing off on all of us.
So going back a little bit, we've talked about El Fuego, but we haven't actually talked about what it is.
Okay.
Like we haven't said what we're doing with it.
So what it is it's right now going to be, we're filming the pilot soon. I mean, given when this is released, we're filming
Yeah.
the pilot soon, and it's going to be a 4-minute pilot for, I don't like calling it a web series, because I feel like there's a lot of stigma to it right now, because it's
You know what?
It's almost like a
Call it a series.
yeah.
It's a series for the web.
for the internet.
Yeah, we're
as
putting
our,
it online
as our vehicle.
You know what? Just
Yeah,
call it a
I
web
think-
series.
yeah, it's a web
Just
series.
Don't worry about what goes with calling it a web series, and just
true.
call it a web series.
That's true. So yeah, so it's a web series.
Yeah.
We're just filming the pilots in soon,
Yep.
and yeah,
Early April. Hopefully, it'll come out
What's
within.
the genre, Blair?
The genre, I don't know. It's like a mixed genre. Originally,
Superhero
Talk
comedy?
about what it's
a
inspired
drama.
by.
well, it's inspired. Most of the work is inspired by Golden Age comics in plot and hopefully
Visuals.
visuals, and then a lot of weird 70s kung fu movies. So
Yeah.
like really plot heavy stuff. And I realized 2 weeks ago that without me actually actively doing it, it is my own response to Jim Carrey in The Mask.
Yep.
I'm like, yep,
Yep.
this is me having watched The Mask so many
I
times.
really
I'm just
liked
gonna
that
make this
revelation.
movie.
Yeah.
That revelation was awesome.
It made so much
when
sense.
he came to me with it.
I was like, hey guys,
Down
I'm
for the
making The
Mask.
Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm making my version of The Mask. So it's about someone who wears a luchador mask and fights crime.
Yeah.
And really like old golden agey action where he's like almost impossible to beat, and nothing's actually that much of a
Yeah.
challenge. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
"Hey,
Nothing
we have
is
a
an
problem."
obstacle for him.
Yeah.
He just punches his way out of all of it.
Just simply how he interacts with conflict is much different than our own version. So
Yes.
It's the Mask meets One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Kyle is important.
Yep, Kyle.
Because he is our DP. And for those that
I'm double
don't know,
penetrating
he's
everyone.
He's going to be
in
double.
this
Yeah.
podcast.
With his double penis.
I mean,
I've
he's
got,
the only person we could get to do this.
As I
Kyle's the
sit
guy
here,
with two penises on Reddit.
I've got my hand resting on his thigh, really close to his jaw. He's going to be doing the cinematography for us. Kyle, do you want to talk about it a little bit?
I'm gonna set up a camera and some lights and maybe even not lights. We're just gonna roll
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You work with natural light a lot, which is
Yeah.
amazing, and why we love your
Well,
work so much.
yeah.
And I know why. Like when we've had
I
this
just-
discussion, why I asked you to photo. Well, first of all, I've seen your work. I like your work.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, I wanted someone who was coming at it from not like a completely technical point
And
of
I'm
view.
not
Yeah.
like I'm the complete opposite of a technical.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a director as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've.
Well, and it's just
He's a visionary.
I kind of just. What is it in Toy Story where Buzz flies and then what do you call it? Like falling with style.
Falling
That's
with
that's
style.
that's what I sum up my DOPing style as.
Yeah.
Falling with style because it works, but
Yeah.
I kind of just figure it out as I
Yeah,
go.
you're not actually DPing. You're
No, like I have rough plans and then I just kind of.
you're
You'll see.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be a lot
no,
of work.
we're looking forward to it.
And you know what? And I realized that part of the reason I'm like, you know what? If I'm not able to speak director of photography, I can always speak director to Kyle, and he'll
Yeah.
get it.
Well,
sort of thing.
speaking of our friend Dylan Healy, he's gonna
Yeah,
basically
who's-
Hello, Dylan.
who's gonna be our gaffer. He's gonna make
Yeah,
me
he's-
look good.
He's gonna help Kyle big time.
Essentially, just cover my ass if I mess up.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
yeah. We've got who
lot
else?
of
Who else
pressure,
is on the
Dylan.
crew? We've got
Better get it.
we've got our friend Dakota coming in, who helps us with sound work all the time, and he's gonna be doing
Wait, you
sound on
got
it.
Dakota Fanning?
Yep.
Yep.
Dakota
Oh,
Fanning is coming in to
she's
do
El
sound
Fuego.
work for us.
and also like
We've got Blair's girlfriend Eva coming in to do behind the scenes.
She's not just my girlfriend. She's like
partner.
She's an incredible composer
Yeah.
who also did our theme song.
Yes, who we've never actually had a chance to shout out to. But
should
yeah,
have her
thank you,
own
thank you,
podcast.
Eva Delic.
I want to,
Yeah.
but
Hold on,
it's,
everybody, shut up. I'm trying to thank Eva Delic for composing our amazing theme. There you go.
If you ever win an award at an award show, can you just start it with that?
Everybody, shut up! Everybody,
Everyone's
shut up!
clapping. It's like the Oscars.
Shut up, I hate it.
Everyone,
I hate you.
shut up. I'm trying to thank these people.
Trying to thank everybody.
All right, that's it. I'm
Thank
done.
you, everybody. Peace. Double birds. Get the fuck out of here.
I think if I won an Oscar, I'd have a tiny. Well, if I was ever nominated, I have a tiny little blanket, just so when I got it,
wrap.
I'd be like,
You don't want to put fingerprints on it?
You look so cold. You look so cold. And I just wrap this tiny little blanket around the golden statue and walk off.
If I ever won an
He's so
Oscar,
cold.
I'd be concerned.
If I won anything,
Yeah,
I would just do
Hollywood
something
must be going to
elaborate.
shit if Zach wins an Oscar.
Well, there's a
I'm sorry, I'm shitting on you a
There's a
lot today.
Canadian.
It's okay.
There's a Canadian award that I can't even remember what it was.
the
Jim Carrey
Canadian
won
Screen
it,
Awards?
and I was like flipping through. I was flipping through channels, and Jim Carrey was being given an
Like the
award.
Walk of Fame or something?
Is it
something
the
like that,
Canadian
but
Screen Awards you're
It
thinking
might
of?
have been the Canadian Screen Awards, but someone was introducing him, and he just starts talking on the microphone. Like Jim Carrey starts talking on the microphone off stage, and the guy has to start miming what he's doing, and I'm like, that's a way to make an entrance.
There's been a lot of
Amazing.
Jim Carrey praising in this podcast.
I like Jim Carrey.
He's
I love Jim
fantastic.
Carrey. He's
I
like,
even-
Man, he was the king in the 90s.
yeah, I based a lot of my childhood around loving Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I thought he
like
was my
his, like-
dad. That's not true. That's not true.
I actually did. I had dreams when The Mask came out. I had dreams. I'm not kidding. Where I would have these dreams where I'd have these different. It happened multiple times, different scenarios where I'd go to my dad and then he'd turn around and it'd be Jim Carrey and I'd be terrified. I'm not kidding you.
So the
I
plot-
had multiple.
So
The
you
plot
were
of the
actually
Son of
scared
the Mask is
you're
actually
actually
But it's
scared of
weird
Jim
because he
Carrey.
was my favorite actor.
This is too much.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's so
Maybe
funny.
I just secretly wanted Jim Carrey to be my dad. So Jim
Maybe.
Carrey, if you're listening, I'll get the adoption
Yeah, we'll
papers
get
set
the
up.
adoption papers going.
Sorry, Dad.
Can you adopt someone who's like your like in their 20s?
My age? What are you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because it's at that
Because
point.
adoption's
It's
a guardianship, right?
Yeah.
So it's just...
like, what if you prove that you're just kind of like
Yeah,
you have a 17-year-old mind, but like not in a sad way?
I think there's only a sad way.
I
for having
think
a
that's
sim-
when you get sent to like a special home. At that point.
That makes it a sad way.
Yeah.
True.
Oh right.
I'm sorry I brought this up. Sorry,
You guys
Kyle.
ever seen I Am Sam?
No. Stop. That movie's
Son
so
of
sad.
Sam?
Son of Sam.
Serial killers?
Stop.
Criminal Minds? I'm watching Criminal
Enough.
Minds right
enough.
now.
Enough.
Can I
It's
be
fun.
Assistant
hate
director for
Criminal
El Fuego?
Why do you
I'm
hate it?
calling
I don't
myself
hate it, I
assistant
just-
Yeah,
director.
actually, no. That's what I wanted to talk about. We haven't actually talked about what Zach is for El Fuego.
I'm assistant
yeah.
director.
No,
you're
you're not.
Ding? What?
No, he's
I am
not.
assistant
No,
director.
he's not. He's
I don't
not.
think
he's
I've
not,
ever
he's
heard
not,
you
he's
like
not, he's
yell
not.
at people seriously.
Oh my god, I can
He's
yell
not.
so good.
He's
No, I've
He's
heard
not.
you yell.
He's
Just
not
not
doing it.
seriously.
I can yell at
He's not.
I can yell at people
He's not.
so angrily.
don't
I can
care.
yell
No,
I
that's
have
not
such
good.
a temper,
That's not
Brody.
good.
I
That's
can
not
yell
good.
angry at people
No,
really well,
yes,
right?
I believe you.
I mean, an
but
AD doesn't
that doesn't
have to
matter.
yell.
No, ADs shouldn't yell. They
Okay.
should just be stern.
I can be stern.
I don't care.
I'm Howard
You're
Stern.
not being AD. Blair, get over here. I need
Blair,
you to help me.
Can I be AD?
What is Zach's official title?
So you actually
Like in the company or in the
No, on the production.
Oh my god, in the
production.
company.
in the company, we still don't know what any
Zach is a
titles
Zach.
are.
I'm
Our
I'm a-
title is Brody, Blair, and Zach.
Brody, Blair,
Those
and
are our
Zach.
titles.
Well, okay, I'm technically producer just because I'm
That's
the only
just-
one that
Can I
can
be
sit
the
themselves
Blair?
down and plan things.
Yeah.
The Blair.
It's like the titles are producer
The
and then
slate man.
creative.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, essentially. Blair and Zach are just creative, and I just
Has to chase us around.
chase them around and sit them in their
Wrangle
chairs to
them
make
in.
sure they start writing things.
I wrote stuff.
Blair's our babysitter. Brody's our babysitter,
Um,
and we love him every day for it.
Blair's got plans for Zach.
Yeah, you're pretty much like my go-to for anything.
Yeah, because
Looks like you
so
have like a couple little like
he's like
really,
handcuffed
fluffy,
himself.
fluffy testicles.
fluffy
Yeah.
handcuffs. Zach's never been on a set before. This will be his first like official filming experience. So we're sort of we're gonna
So
like
sorry.
take his legs and dip his toes into the water for him.
Oh no, this isn't gonna be a dip. This is
No,
gonna
you're
be
taking my legs and
plunge.
you're dumping my head.
like-
in.
There's
none of
Like,
the-
just
it's like-
upside down.
So you know when you're a kid and somebody's trying to teach you how to swim and that
And then
po-
your
and
drunk
that really
uncle just comes and shoves
push
you in the pool.
Yeah, that's what we're doing to you.
Again, no water wings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
without
one of those
water
things,
wings.
like we all.
No,
the
it'll
whole
be
crew
okay.
knows
It'll be
each other
okay.
so
Yeah, yeah,
well
yeah.
that it's gonna be one of those things where it's like everyone's gonna be like this, and this. Oh God, Zach, do that, and you're gonna
Yeah.
have to go grab a building that's falling over.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna
busy
just
with
be
the
sending
camera.
you on drives kind
it's-
of often too.
Oh, it's so boring. Okay.
Well,
No, but I'll also
somebody
need you,
needs to do it.
I'll probably need you to hold the script
Yeah.
for me. Like
You-
you,
Right.
yeah.
or
I like
Baker,
holding
or
things.
Baker
Yeah.
when he's not acting.
No, it's not like holding stuff. I need you to like prompt me for. I'm gonna turn to you
gonna
and
need
be
to
like,
hold
"Where
me.
am I?"
You're essentially going to be a script supervisor.
Okay.
Without
With
any of the
kind-
without any formal training.
Yeah,
Or
Great.
boring
yeah.
stuff.
You're going to be our unofficial script.
Get to do the fun version of it.
You'll be our PA that has 5 titles by the end of it.
Boring question. How are we getting to Goderich?
Cars,
I'm renting a vehicle.
Highway.
I'm walking.
Yeah,
I'm
hitchhiking.
gonna start now.
We're taking an Uber.
a highway.
Oh my god! Imagine how much that Uber would
Yeah.
cost.
Taking an Uber.
No, we're renting a vehicle.
Sweet.
I'm piling in the whole crew and all our gear, so it's gonna be tight for
In
2.5
one vehicle?
hours.
Whatever.
Mine and Gina's, but
Oh,
Gina's
okay.
probably gonna have a lot of like the food and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're using Gina's car.
Yes, it's in the shop right
If-
now, so it'll be safe to go out there.
Maybe.
No, it will.
Okay.
She's spending a lot of money to make it safe.
I know.
Hi, Dylan.
I know we don't want to rent another vehicle, but if we do, I'm also a driver.
Yeah, no, we're only renting
you
one. We
make-
don't have enough money.
Can you make the image on this video just
Dylan.
whenever you mention Dylan, just put different images of Dylan doing
Oh, that
Dylan
means look at
things?
us. That means when I'm doing the YouTube one, I have to sit through it and just
Yeah,
wait for
don't
me to
do
say
that.
Dylan.
Don't do that. It's just gonna be this lamp. That's all.
And plus, Dylan doesn't watch it on the YouTube.
Yeah, no, he listens to the
Or
iTunes
just, or
version.
just put a picture on Twitter of Dylan so
Yeah.
that everybody
Yeah.
can see
Yeah.
how much of a
Hi, Dylan.
Do you ever wish that
handsome
you could
fella
just
Dylan is.
Be Dylan.
Control F audio?
Do you ever wish you could just control F Dylan?
Yeah.
Ho ho ho! Like,
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
like doing it with him.
Oh.
Wait,
Is that
what?
what you meant?
No.
Oh, I thought you
I
meant.
don't know
I
what-
thought you were making a really like simplest. Never mind.
I sometimes Command C and then Command V and copy paste. Not for my essays though.
Have you ever
I don't
Control
do
X?
essays anymore.
That's a good one.
I used to
a cut.
Goodwill Hunting sell essays. It was fun.
Yes, you did. You should talk about that.
That you were actually just a bootlegger. You were the university version of a bootlegger.
Can they revoke? Can they like put any like? Can they discipline you after you've graduated if you say anything? or-
I'm not sure if they can revoke my degree. Probably not. U of T probably doesn't care enough.
yeah,
But like
pretty
first,
big school.
yeah, like, and are they going to
Why would
listen to
they-
this?
I would be impressed if somebody high up in U of T would be listening
Yeah,
to this
I-
podcast.
You know what? I know Laura. She works in dentistry, and that's our in. And then we can get Brody's. We can get you're Brody. I'm looking at you.
Are you trying to get
We get
my,
your thing
my
with-
degree taken
But
away?
honestly, it doesn't make sense because, in fact, you're giving more work.
Well, that's the thing. It
Your,
was just
your
like-
thing shouldn't be at.
I don't
your-
think I would get mine taken away. If anything, they'd be like, give us the names of the people that you wrote essays for.
Yeah.
Be like,
Snitch.
no.
Yeah.
the snitch.
So yeah, like first year, I would write essays for people, and like my grades were abysmal because I was busy selling essays.
Being a straight
God.
hustler.
and,
making
like,
money.
And so like my pricing would be based on what grade you wanted and how long the paper was. And then
How accurate? How like accurate were you?
that's the reason I could do that.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
was
loving that you
because-
guys are having a conversation with each other, but you should have it towards the mic.
Okay.
Sorry, don't do that.
But yeah, I would just be like, okay, what do you want? They'd be like, oh, I want something in the 80s. I'm like, cool. Is this a 1,500 word paper? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's $200.
Damn.
You should still do that.
Yeah, you
What are they
I
gonna
still do that.
What are they gonna do? Just
They're
be
cutting
like,
my hours. I should just be like, yo,
do it full
students,
time.
I
Be
would-
an essay hustler
When-
full
when
time.
an ad in
Instead
right
of
now.
selling them Adderall, I'm not actually selling Adderall. Someone approached me to start selling them Adderall, though.
You're digging so many
I'm
graves
just
for
digging
yourself
so
right
many
now.
graves, yeah.
I don't have drugs to sell. In fact, I don't know what people are using as weed.
I don't know-
terminology.
yeah.
I'm gonna keep calling it the high five plant.
You should just go up to people with your hand up.
Like hand out,
I-
just like
yeah.
this.
This
This-
you want some of
you
this?
want
There
this?
was. I don't know if I told you guys when my friends and I were in high school and we were trying to find the places. They were trying to find the places to drink underage because I don't drink. So what did I? They would find the weirdest places that would sell them beer underage. There was a place on Spadina.
I know
called
exactly.
the Lucky Dragon.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And-
there's a couple places on Spadina
but
that
it's
sell
not,
underage.
but it's not there anymore. It's not there anymore,
Okay.
which is what. So they would go in and they would be like, no matter how many of us went in, the guy would be like, 5 beer. There could be 6 of us. There could be 3 of us, but he would always say 5 beer.
Maybe 5 was the only number he knew.
I don't know. but no, he had conversations with
Oh,
us.
well.
He just always, and so
He knew words, not numbers.
he would always say,
Get
always
off his
just say
back.
5 beer. And then my friends, stupid enough as they were, a number of times they're like, hey, I want this beer and I want this beer. He'd show up with whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Yeah.
you're drinking Layport, you're drinking Labatt Blue. Like,
I love this guy.
yeah. It was pretty great.
There's another place on Spadina where I don't remember what it's called, and if I did, I wouldn't say it out loud anyways.
Oh, you're so
you
nice.
you walk in and you have to ask for cold tea.
Oh yeah, no.
And
that's how it works.
You do it, and they
how it
stay
works.
open until like 4 a.m. And you go in, and you're just like, "Hey, can I get some cold tea?" And they bring it in a teapot.
When did you find this out?
A year, 2 years ago.
It's
I
like
think.
like by the time you hit 16 in Toronto, you're like, I know it.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
I got my
okay,
ear to the
listen,
ground.
I didn't
I know,
get to
I'm just
Toronto
saying,
until I was
I'm
like
just saying,
18.
You were raised in a volcano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may
Yeah.
be
We sacrifice
fascinated by
people
water towers.
yearly to the volcano gods.
Well, you got to do it.
Yeah. That's how they allowed us to drink underage.
Then you don't have to pay income taxes.
No,
if
I
you
just went and drank on the
sacrifice to
beach.
I'm
gods,
just Bert.
you know?
I would just get a 2-4 case of Moosehead. This is my 14-year-old summer. I would get a case of Moosehead, go to the beach, have beach parties, just pound Mooseheads all night.
I was
I was a
14.
stupid
I
14-year-old.
stayed up until 3 a.m. playing Halo 3. Not drinking. Drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it was pounding Mooseheads and smoking the marijuanas.
The high five plant.
You were a way cooler 14-year-old than
Yeah,
I
you're
was.
like the
You're so
14-year-old
cool.
they make movies about.
Yeah.
I know, seriously. I was well.
Skins is about you.
It was like I was doing that, and I was also watching Dazed and Confused every weekend.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was
Yeah.
like,
Having mad-
so it was just like I would watch Dazed and Confused, and like me and all my friends, we would watch Dazed and Confused and go out and be like, let's go live that life.
I don't like that you said
Party at the
all of
Moon
your
Tower.
friends, because I had this image of you sitting there with a tiny little notepad being like, no, he said it like that and you said it wrong, Brody. You have to get it right tomorrow.
Well, we're pounding Mooseheads on the beach at 3 a.m.
What is it you like about high school girls? What is it you like about high school girls, Brody? Get it right. Get it right.
No, I wasn't the Matthew McConaughey character. That was
Everyone
somebody
is
else.
Matthew McConaughey's character. Matthew McConaughey is all of us.
He's the spiritual embodiment of
Can I clear
drinking
something
the
up?
beach. Maybe.
I don't sell Adderall.
Hi, Dylan.
I do not sell Adderall.
Okay.
That's a nice throwback.